Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Light and herO here on Butter. A fairly weird map. Top right, it's going to be a red Zerg. It is herO. I've cast so many games with herO. And at the bottom right, it is Light. Again, I've cast so many games with Light. If you like these two players, I think there's a playlist for each of them. I'll check after this cast. And if you want a playlist with Light and herO or any other player that does not have a playlist, let me know in the comments. And I think I can accommodate you. All right, so a TVZ for you today from Brood War Remastered. What is this? Kind of looks like dynamite sticks just bundled up. Or maybe oxygen canisters. I don't know what scale we're working with here. Okay, so this is a cactus. Maybe fully grown, so I think... yeah, a little bit too large for dynamite. Anyway, it's a TVZ here. Top right versus bottom right, which is unique in the current ladder pool. Zoop, 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 zoop. And we've got a drone moving out. We're going to do a proxy here, herO. We're just going to scout to make sure you're not being proxied. Yeah. I think this is just a scout. Just seeing what Light is doing. Just can't wait for Terry the Overlord to catch up. That's okay. And you can harass the SCV, a time-honored tradition. Joining your forefathers, Mr. Drone. They will be so proud of you to see you harassing this SCV and getting away with your life. Hang on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, juking with the best of them. So hatch first. It's not a proxy. He knows it. So hatch first is safe. Zap. No, stop. You can't stop moving. I was going to say stop moving, but that doesn't make any sense. Don't stop moving. Don't stop me now. Extractor pool over there too. Everything is just fine in this ZVT. Question is, when's the expansion from Light, right? What's he doing? What's he thinking about today? Expanding right now, actually. He's like, you know what? I feel safe. I have no idea what's going on in Zergland. This could be a pool first play, but based on that, based on this drone, probably not, right? You need every available drone that you can if you're pool firsting to get as many minerals as you can to get those early lings out. One drone missing from the pack is going to be problematic. There we go. First 100 gas going into a lair. Nothing too crazy here. Overlord. Overlord in the Marine Triangle here. It's the cousin of the Bermuda Triangle, which we haven't really heard much about in the 2010s or 2020s, right? It just kind of stopped being a thing. But when I was growing up, the Bermuda Triangle was a big darn deal. I was so afraid. I was like, what if I have to take a flight and I have to go through the Bermuda Triangle? Oh no. The things you're worried about when you're a kid. One of the other things that I've seen brought up a lot on Reddit is a quicksand, right? Cartoons really taught us that quicksand would be a far larger concern in our adult lives than it actually is. Or even any, young lives, adolescent lives, teenage lives, adult lives, whatever it is, right? Just not a big deal. Metabolic boost coming in. And even to the point that not that you don't run across quicksand, but like it doesn't actually just kind of suck you down into an abyss within, 20 seconds like it shows in the movies and in the TV shows. It's way overblown, the danger, as far as I know. The stuff you learn on the internet. What did we do without the internet? Well, I was going to say more falsehoods were propagated, but I don't know. I think maybe more falsehoods are propagated today with the internet. But I guess maybe more falsehoods are corrected with the internet too. Is it maybe a wash? God, that's a good question. I wonder if someone's done a study about that. I'm sure somebody, maybe for like a graduate study, has tried to figure that out at some point in university. Be interested in checking that out. Anyway, okay, 2 racks here. We got a bunch of Marines. We got a bunch of Lings that do have speed, but closing distance is going to... Are you going to go for this? I don't know about this. There's no bunker from Light, which concerns me. But he does have a whole lot of Marines. He's getting stim. This is great. Got ourselves an engineering bay coming in here from light. This is feeling pretty SK Tyranny, but, you know, there's always options to change. Always options to flip the script, start making a lot more tanks and Goliaths and Vultures. We'll see. But for now, he's just gonna... Oh, gosh, those Marines moved out. No! Marines, come back! Oh, these two fire bats are like, we got this, boss. Whoosh. FWOOSH. That's a scan. He's like, got any Sunkens yet? One coming up here. Yeah, this number of Lings combined with 2 Sunkens. Ooh, Evo Chamber providing a little block up too. Is that a fake out? Is he like, oh no, it's another Sunken, but it's not? Yeah, this is a good timing attack from Light. I like it a lot. Stim, before the mutas come out. He tries to go in there, but Sunken. No, these Lings are all dying. The priority has not been the Sunken though. It's got some nice big juicy hits, but no. Absolutely not. Light shows up and evacuation of all of the drones from the natural base happens. No, you can't possibly lose this. You cannot lose this hatch and still continue this game, friend. The mutas are trying to poke at the back of this Marine group, but the Stim, Light, this timing attack is Royale-esque. It is. It's Royale-esque here. He's going to save the hatch, isn't he? He totally just saved that hatch. Oh, but that was close. I was worried as a Zerg main. I was feeling my heart sink like this hatchery going down. No, and then it didn't. But it only has 200 HP, and there are no Sunkens defending it either. But that was kind of an all-in maneuver there, right? That was, you're probably not going to get away with that again now that there's Mutalisks out. Okay, additional barracks coming up. Turrets under construction, covering the mineral line. Trying to cover these barracks a little bit too. The natural base is covered by 2 turrets with the third one coming in. Idle, SCV, get to work, and he did. Excellent. Mutas. Oh, this guy finished the turret, guys. Hurry, 96. There it is. Turret up. Some SCVs are dying. But anytime you're getting turret hits on a Muta, it's a good thing. And a Muta does die on the way out. Another one does not die on the way out, though. More Mutalisks in production. +1 flyer attack here. This is a hero who's committing to Mutalisks today. We don't see this a lot from him. I don't really... Yeah, from all the games of hero I've cast, I've not seen a lot of him going for a ton of mutas with +1 attack. He's much more of a lurker guy in ZVT, but you know, you're not stuck to any one strategy when you're playing StarCraft. That's what makes it fun, right? You can do whatever the heck you want. You can proxy a hatch if you want. You can proxy a starport. You can build mass battle cruiser in this matchup if you feel so inclined. You might lose, but you have that freedom, right? It's awesome. Freedom that I'm talking about here. Where's the third base? herO. I need you to have a third base. Here it is. Third base. As soon as he has the cash for it, he wants to have a lot of mutas. That +1 flyer attack takes forever. Forever to complete. herO knows it. There you go. He's got his 11 group of mutas. The Marines are looking mean too, though. They got Stim. They've got range upgrade. That +1 attack is going to finish up for them before +1 finishes for these Mutalisks. Not good. Not good for the Zerg player here. He did... That evac was big. Losing all that mining time at the natural base was a huge deal. Good snipe. Okay. You can trade a medic for a couple HP on a Mutalisk without losing a single one. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Gotta admit. He's trying to set up an ambush. I feel it. Here comes the ambush. No, Marines with the surround. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful 360 setup there. Oof. Okay. Well, that made up for the lost mining time and the almost death of the natural base for sure. Yikes. But +1 attack for the Marines is done. They're going to be really useful here against these Mutalisks, without a doubt. Mutaflog big enough again to cause problems for turrets. Even without the +1, 11 mutas. They will take down a turret in just a couple volleys there. Finally, a third base. I mean, I guess it's not even done yet, but it's almost here. Queen's Nest going to finish up, I think, before this third base does. Yeah, it's a race, right? Queen's Nest. And a hatchery. Queen's Nest. Done. Hatchery done. Yep, Queen's Nest won the battle. Mutalisks continue to harass down here. Turrets going down. Muta's not losing any of their number. There we go. I jinxed it. Immediately loses a Mutalisk as soon as I say that. The caster curse is real, ladies and gentlemen. Got a Hive coming in. Lurker aspects being researched. Like I said, Zerg players like their lurkers, especially herO. Science facility, double control tower here too. So we're SK turning it up. It's Marines, it's medics, it's some fire bats. It is also science vessels. Looking great today. Now, as we know, SK Terran, a bit of a struggle against Zergs once they get Dark Swarm up and once they get Plague, but until that point, Radiates combined with Marines, combined with medics, really, really strong. I'd like to see a third base here from Light at some point. Oh, he's floating the factory to hide these turrets, or maybe hide these SCVs from getting picked off and targeted directly. I don't know. 6 lurkers on the way. A Radiate coming in. And a Defiler Mound gets tossed down starting at about 11 minutes. Not the fastest Defiler Mound ever, not the latest either. Fairly standardized timing here. Nidus Canal. Not that the third base is particularly far away, but far enough, yeah, far enough away. It's another scan. He's like, this base has a bunch of lurkers at it. Getting up that ramp without a Radiate's going to be a giant pain. I don't have any tanks. So tell you what, we're going to make... We are going to wait for a Radiate, wait for some Science Vessels to pop, and then maybe try to take that third base down. But, like, where is your third base? This is it. This is it right here. This is your third base. And it's high ground. Defending it is pretty easy against Zerg. I'm kind of shocked he hasn't tried to take it. Consumes on the way. You are on a clock, Sir Light. You are on a timer of the highest magnitude. Once that consume is out, once Dark Swarm starts popping all over the place, it's going to be so much harder for you to poke into bases and defend your own bases too. I love this lurker spread from herO. Great positioning on these guys. Oh, jealous. Jealous of it. I just grab my lurkers and go, over here, guys, burrow. And then they're like clumped up and it's not good. But individually placing them, worth it. Worth the extra investment in your time there. Command center. Tell me there's a command center here. No third CC at all. All right, man. So full on SK Terran. Got the Irradiate. Got the Science Vessels. Floating this factory out. That Ling wanted to scout, but ended up getting absolutely massacred. Plague coming in. And all you can do with these lurkers is irradiate them, wait for them to die, hope they don't get replaced too quickly, which is kind of what's happening here. Okay, is that a third CC? That's a third CC. Okay, good. Light getting a third base. I was really getting worried for him. But, I mean, he's up 130 to 109 supply. He's got a big supply advantage. It's just, I mean, Dark Swarm is done, and Plague is almost done at 13 minutes. And this base is probably going to get canceled. There is a distinct lack of defense at this fourth base. I mean, it's a 2-basing Terran. You're trying to get a 4th base up on this guy? Not a great idea. Are we seeing the current meta of the Hydras being added into the mix here? We are. Okay, so this is a fairly modern game with this modern meta. ZVT letting Hydras do Hydra things. Instead of as soon as a Hydra pops up, you unfortunately turn it into a lurker. For the Terran, unfortunately, I suppose. I just think lurkers are better, but I don't know. You got Hydras, they can pick off plagued science vessels a lot better than, for example, Lings and lurkers and Ultralisks can. Good point. More fire bats being added into the mix here. Recognizing he's maybe going to find himself fighting in some Dark Swarms, and fire bats do infinitely better than Marines do in that situation. Third base coming over this left side. Ooh, building a 4th base over here, too. That's pretty good stuff. Scans up, sees Hydra, Lurker, Ling. And, oh, herO wanted to pause real quick. Metasynaptic node on the way. This engagement not going particularly well. Nice Plague. I was going to say for the Terran, then he got Plague. So that's not great. Yeah, Plagues. So dirty. So dirty. But yeah, more and more fire bats being added in here. Racks count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double starports functioning. Third base running. Hasn't taken that third gas yet. Just got a lot of mineral income for the Marines being produced here. I mean, fire bats too. Further upgrades. Infantry armor. +2, +1 here. Hydra upgrades are at +1 carapace, +0 attack. Wings are at the same thing. High ground positioning always good. And this fourth base of herO coming up is sort of key to him, you know, continuing to be in this game, especially considering this base kind of got snuck in. There was a very sneaky play from Light to take this base. I like it. I really don't think herO knows this is here. The macro from Light has been really good. Stims in, but look at this. Hydroling ready, but where's your splash damage? There's a Plague. Where's your Dark Swarm? Good Plague, catching several of these Marines. They frontline it, and they're like, we're gonna die anyway. We might as well die fighting these Hydras for our freedom. Radiate Science Vessels kind of like patrolling around down here. But yeah, I mean, these Hydras standing and fighting in fair to, oh gosh, sniping down Science Vessels. Oh my gosh, just, yeah, sniping down Science Vessels. All sorts of good stuff here from these Hydralisks. The fourth base is going to come up safe and sound from herO. Got a siege mode on the way. So he brought the factory back, landed it, and he's working on siege mode. He's like, with this number of Hydras, I'm going to need some tanks, friends. This is not going to work for me if I just try going SK Terran. Tanks are the answer to Hydras generally. Look at this production tab just running for Light. herO's is kind of sparse at the moment. There you go. Getting some upgrades up, making more lings, getting some more drones. This base is not super well defended. I did see some dropships come through the production tab a second ago as well. So drops, you know Falcon. Falcon's the biggest fan of drops in the world. Zerg players using drops is thumbs up. Terran players using drops is also thumbs up. Protoss is the best at using drops. They don't need my encouragement. There are none of those Protoss here today, though. herO taken. Oh, that was not. That irradiate did a bunch of damage. He's not sniping his own Hydra that's been irradiated. Oh my gosh, getting way more damage there, but it doesn't seem to really matter. My gosh, that's a win for herO. All these medics dying is also a giant victory for Zerg here. It's still 159 to 133 supply in favor of Light. He's at 60 workers to 47 drones. This fourth base is massive. This has been a really big deal, and I am like 90% sure that herO doesn't know it's here. Ninja bases are good. These medics are just like, yeah, we're healing through your damage output, guys. Just gonna throw that out there. In case you were wondering, uh-oh, now we're starting to fall like dominoes. They really should have been trying to run home this whole time. They might have made it. And in fact, they're going to make it anyway. Medics, man. Tough little guys. Gals. Tough little soldiers. I guess if you're a medic, are you technically a soldier? I don't know. I imagine different countries approach that differently, but yeah, I guess medics are soldiers. Gosh. Okay, maybe don't fly your science vessels out ahead when your enemy has Hydras, though. +1 attack, +2 armor, +3 attack, +2 armor. That was Hydra's first and Marines second. The upgrades are good. Okay, so you got siege mode for tanks. Do you have any? Yes, there's a tank. Okay. Oh, hang on. More tanks. More tanks. So this is... Oh, what are these tanks doing? Light! No! Light. Golly. Unsieged, hanging out, having a grand old time. This desperation move up to the fourth base is big. Nicely done. Light gets into this fourth base. He's crushing drones. This hatchery is going to go down. He might not make it out of here alive, but you know what? He doesn't care. He killed the hatch. He killed a bunch of drones. Killing more drones is also nice. It's 62 to 42 workers. Yeah, killing a Zerg base while at the same time getting a secret base of your own up. The problem with Boxer maneuvering when there are mutas, my gosh, he's kept these mutas alive, and Hydras out is it's not as effective against just a Ling Ultra Defiler strategy. That's not what hero's doing today. He's added ye old Hydras to the comp. Yeah, Ling's not getting a lot done, but these Hydras standing in are getting much more work in than I would expect to see. Nice Plague. Helps immensely in situations like these. Yeah, Siege Tank's getting some absolute work in here. Well, notice all these Hydras are dead. We'll attribute a lot of that to these Siege Tanks. It's 175 to 102 supply. I mean, it's not a mech transition here out of Light. He's still pumping on these barracks. He didn't float them up. But he's making tanks 2 at a time. He's giving them further upgrades. He's really supplementing his usual setup here of SK Terran for, well, tanks. Yeah, leaving this tank to die, irradiating these lurkers and saying, all right, well executed there. Yep, lurkers down. Nice Plague on just a giant group of Marines. Defiler might die for it. Oh, that was bait into that lurker, wasn't it? Yo. That was amazing. But look at this. 189 to 108 supply. Losing this 4th base as long as he did totally sucks. I would just want to say a lot of the lost mining time for this natural base was a big deal too. And this base, I just cannot overemphasize how much this 4th base and this 5th base now that Light has. This is, I mean, this is out macroing a Zerg and basically saying, what up? Yeah, you have Dark Swarm. Yeah, you're plaguing my units. But guess what else is happening here? I have way more stuff than you. I might lose more stuff today than you in a TVZ, which is weird and might win anyway. The way that this is going, 177 to 108 supply. High ground siege tanks looking good. And he's covering everything. He's covering this base. He's covering an attempt maybe to expand here. herO just can't get a 5th base all that easily, and that might be his death knell here. Nice Plague. Oh, the Plagues have been good from herO. Anything else is going wrong here. The Plagues have been great. Yep, workers inside Dark Swarm. And now it's a tank siege on the 3rd base of herO. Scanning up to see what's going on. Sniping. Yeah, these guys are like, kill the Nidus Canal quick. They do. Nothing comes out of the Nidus Canal. And, oh, that's a GG. herO taps out as fire bats burn his drones alive. Yo! Wow. Light. What a great game from herO and Light. Amazing. Light, wow. Light took down herO. I didn't think he would, but wow, what a great play. Just SK Terran to siege tanks, right? And yeah, this base was very, very good. And the 5th base, and Zerg was on 4 bases. Couldn't get a 5th base. High ground tanks. And the 3rd base is under attack. And yeah, just an economic advantage from Light today. I wouldn't be surprised if Light had outmined Senior Light here. So just an incredible, incredible game here from Light. Yeah. He didn't switch into mech because he was still making Marines up until he won, but just supplementing with tanks here once he saw the Hydralisks. So, I don't know, maybe Maybe this is the answer to Hydralisk Ling Defiler. But I don't know. It'll take more than that to get that out of the meta, right? Right. Man. As soon as I saw that surround with mutas and lings on that marine medic ball, I felt like herO was ahead, but Light recovered from that very, very nicely, got ahead in the economic game, made some tanks to account for the Hydralisks, and won the game. Absolutely fantastic stuff. This dude, what do you know? What do you know about Light? I gotta say, a lot of the games I've cast of his, I haven't been insanely impressed, but I've been, pretty impressed. 166,000 points from Light, 145,000 from herO. herO did outproduce Light, got out-killed by Light. Okay, so yeah, I mean, these numbers aren't telling us a lot, but this is going to be the big one, right? Yep, this is it right here. This is, did you outspend the Terran player today? Yes, you sure did. By how much? Like 150? 150 resources in 23 minutes is not going to be enough. Absolutely not. So, hey, it happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. Sometimes you get almost outmined by your Terran opponent. All you can really do is GG out of there. And try again next time. Woof. That was great. I mean, that was just a fantastic TVZ. Hope you Terran fans are happy, because, man, that was a great game. All right. Well, you know what? That's going to be it for me today. It's late. Falcon's got to log off. And that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.